Today we are drawing a bat. This is my initial drawing of a bat. I've actually not drawn bats a lot, but in this first drawing I wanted to focus on the shapes of the bat, practice some of the contours, lines, shapes, and different things that construct the bat. I played around with his nose, his face shape, his ears, as you can see in the bottom right corner, as well as the shapes of his head, neck, and his chest in the upper left corner. Next, I did something a little bit different with this tutorial. I took the picture of this bat and I broke it down into basic shapes. This is what's known as a shape study. Doing a shape study allows the brain to visually see the components and construction of an animal or something that you want to draw. Let's get started. To begin with, I'm going to lightly draw my shapes. I have a small oval for his head. Then I have a larger oval for his neck. Then I have a larger U shape for his chest. Now I'm going to do some wings very lightly to make sure I have enough room, and I think I do. So these are my beginning shapes. I have an oval for his face, a second oval for his neck, and this is almost a semicircle with a line connecting the two at the top, like a U, like more like that. Okay. Now I want to start from here and lightly draw his ears, and I'm going to draw them very large. They're almost like pea pod shapes. And I make sure that they round out, continue that line right under the head. Now this friend has a large nose. It's almost like the top of a heart. Do you see that? It's very similar to a heart. Just has a more rounded bottom or flat bottom. Next, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to square out a little bit of his head. So I went from an oval to a shape similar to that. So I have straight sides that curve just a little bit out, flat top, and a rounded bottom. Then I have his nose. See that? Next, I'm going to come in and draw his eyes, which are semicircles right at the tips of his nose. And his eyes start with a curved line and then come in and fill in the bottom curve, like almonds. And I'm going to go ahead and shade those in, leaving just a small circle of white to give a light indication. Now I'm going to come up here and work on his ears. So I'm going to come up straight, come back. I'm going to break that curved line. Instead of having it perfectly curved like that, I'm going to come up straight and then do a sharp line back. Do you see that? So I'll go up and then back. And then I'm going to come down from the tip and then have a straight line down to his head. You can keep them rounded if you would like. So I'm going to come up and do the same thing with the other side. I'm going to straighten that curve to a point and then straighten that line out to the tip. Come down about halfway and then draw that straight line down. Going to come in and start working on his inner ear with a nice S curve. Do you see the S right there? They have very large inner ear sections. Just like that. And then to keep it simple, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do lines like this, just to give indications of the depth of the ear. I'm going to draw small lines for his nose. Right here at the base of his nose, I'm going to give it almost a wide W shape, like a cat, and then round out his little chin. Next, I'm going to come out here and work on his neck. And where I have it rounded, I'm going to flesh out just a little bit loose fuzz like that. All right, so there's his head, ears, and his neck. Now we're going to come in and I'm going to actually do his wings before I come in and flesh out his chest. So for the wings, I'm going to do these large semicircles, curved lines. And I'm just going to lightly come in and draw some legs from the bottom of his chest, not all the way down here, but to the side. So I come down for the top of the leg here. That would be his knee. Then I would have his foot like that. So I have upper leg, lower leg, foot. Okay, I'm going to erase this so that it's not in my way. So for his leg, I have upper leg, knee, lower leg, foot, upper leg, knee, lower leg, foot. And then right in the middle, I'm just going to draw a line to indicate the middle of that back wing, or the tail wing. From the middle here, I'm going to connect it to his foot with a curved line like that, and another curved line just like this. What's interesting about most bats is that their feet are connected to their leathery wings, mostly by a little toe, but I'm not going to get that detailed. Now, let's go back to working our wings. So we have our curved line here. Bats mostly have 5 fingers. First, we come up for our little thumb, just like that, little hook. From there, we're going to go out, straight line, and then straight line. So you have 2 lines. I'm going to do it again. So we have 1. Now, let's talk about the bat's wings here. This bat has 5 fingers. This is his arm. This is his upper arm here. And then we go down to his lower arm, to his little thumb. Do you see that? So that would be upper arm, elbow, lower arm to his thumb. Think of it as like a little hand. The first finger here, we're going to come out straight with just a subtle curve and then down. So our knuckle would be right there, there, and there. Second finger here to the knuckle and then curve down. Third finger here and curve down. Now, he has 5 fingers. How many do you see so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Right above this one, I'm going to draw a small one that's very hidden by the other side of the wing. You don't have to draw that, but I'm just trying to make sure that we're as close to the anatomy as possible. There's the knuckle. I draw circles where I have the knuckles, and if you notice, everywhere I have a bend. So his elbow has a circle, knee has a circle, knuckles have a circle, and that helps me locate where movement is, and it's a good drawing tip. All right, so I have all of my fingers, and I'm going to come down here, go from the foot and connect with a curved line to the first finger, then to the second finger, third finger, and up. Do you see that? Give you just a second to see it. Now I'm going to come over here and do the same thing with this one. I'm going to do his shoulder joint down to his elbow, elbow to his lower arm to his finger. Then from there I'm going to come out with a just very slight curved line and down. So I have from the finger to the knuckle, to the knuckle, to the tip. And I'm going to do that 2 more times. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and just like on this side, I'm going to connect with a curved line to that first finger, to the second finger, to the third finger. And just like we did over here, I'm going to add just an indication that he has another knuckle on the other side. It's the knuckles that give the bat's wing its iconic look. So when you see like a bat symbol like this, it's the knuckles that give it that look, because they move like fingers, and they are fingers. So I'm not adding too much detail to those fingers and his wings. I am going to come in here now and I'm going to work on his chest. I'm going to give him indication of fur, just like we did last time. Instead of having a straight line like that, I'm going to come in and do kind of a jagged line like that. And now, just define some of those shapes a little bit better. For his wings, I'm going to do something very simple. It's just a hash detail like this, like a hash mark. I'll come in and I'll come down with a line from that pinky finger or that thumb down, down like this. And then I'll just do a hash mark like that. Same thing here. There, 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 hash. There, 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 hash. I'm making mine a little bit darker. I would suggest making them very light. Just makes it look better, but I'm doing mine darker so you can see them. That. And you don't have to. I just like to do it because it gives an indication of the leather being pulled. Okay. Come in here and add just some toe indications. And so what I do is, so if this is the foot, right here, that's my shape for the foot. I just come in and give little toe indications for like that. How does your bat look? Please remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and consider supporting this project on Patreon.